with the weekend edition.
Yeah.
Yes. So we got three things to cover, three shows to cover. So let's start with Collision. How did you like Collision?
I didn't.
Okay. For me, oddly enough, this was like one episode that I was like, yeah, this collision kind of fucking sucks. And it was
Yeah.
because the main event kind of fucked up for me.
Kind of.
But we'll get to it. But like, yeah, man, it was.
That ruined the whole vibe. I was okay until then.
I mean, I was in between, like, because there was a couple things on here that made no fucking sense to me. That I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, that last part was the killer. That was like, that was it. That
Yeah,
was the killer.
exactly. That's why I used the words. I was okay. I didn't like the show as a whole, even without that, but that made it like 10 times worse.
Yes. So the first match started off was Ricochet versus Shibata, and the winner of that goes into the four-way on Dynamite.
Yep.
And as I predicted, it was Ricochet that beat Shibata. This was an okay match. It wasn't like the greatest, but it was like an okay match.
Yeah.
And Ricochet won by having his feet on the ropes, and that's how he won.
Like he can't win a match fair now.
Yeah, because he's a fucking heel, and I get it
Yeah, but he was winning like fair sometimes.
sometimes. So then we saw Murder Machines with Mark Davis in the back, and they're just beating up some guys. They're just beating the shit out of these guys. And like they're telling Mark Davis to be, you gotta be the killer.
They're slowly corrupting him. I think he's gonna join them. It's gonna be three of them as the murder machines.
I
I hope not, but yeah.
I know, but like I have we'll talk about how I feel about Mark Davis later on.
Okay.
But like I have feelings. It's not good feelings about that. So then we had a little Tony Storm preview, and she was using the title as a face mask. And she's basically saying that she's going to kick Megan Bain's ass because who the hell are you and why the hell are you fucking with me?
Right.
So
She
then we
only,
had
like you
Powerhouse
said, she only
Hobbs.
won like three matches. Like who the fuck is she?
Dude, like I said that on the podcast. Like
Yeah, as I
they
said, you
didn't do
said
anything to get here.
it.
So we had Powerhouse Hobbs versus the frat boys. I have no idea where these guys came from. Like I've
Ring of
never
Honor.
seen them before. None of them. I've never seen any of them. Griff Garrison and the other guy and the other guy. I've never seen any of them. I don't know where these guys came from.
It's it's Griff Garrison, um, Dime from the original family, and fucking 10th from fucking Dark Order, and some fourth guy. I have no idea who the fuck he is.
I don't know any of them. I've never seen them before. Like this is the first time. This is the first time, and apparently they have an AEW record. I've never seen these guys before. They've never been on AEW television. I don't know who any of these guys are. I've never fucking seen them.
I would have said Rampage, but that's no longer a thing.
Exactly. And for you people who don't know, I'm being sarcastic because they're on Ring of Honor and nobody really watches Ring of Honor. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, no, because you know who Griff Garrison is, of course. So,
No, I know who he is, but like I know who all of them are. But the point is that I'm just being sarcastic because like they're on Ring of Honor and they just brought him up just to get squashed for no reason against Will Hobbs. Like they brought him up, and I swear to God, everybody was like, "Who the fuck are these people?" Like the people who've been to like AEW shows for the longest, they know who they are because like either they stuck around for Ring of Honor or they know who Griff Garrison and Ten were from the beginning. So they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, it's those guys." Where the fuck had they been? This is literally how everybody was like. Where the fuck have they been? Like, what's the point?
I just don't know
Like,
who the fourth guy is.
I forgot his name. Like he is a wrestler. I know who he is, but I forgot his name.
Okay.
And it's just like it's so fucking annoying that like I understand like you have to be jobbers, but like not jobbers that work at fucking Ring of Honor. And Will Hobbs gets the win, and then all of a sudden he gets attacked by the frat boys, and then the Outrunners come out to help him, and they run off the frat boys, and it's like, okay, cool, yeah.
Ring of Honor in itself is a fucking jobber.
Listen, like this was at the point the show just starts slowly going off the cliff for me because I was like, what the fuck? And then we had a backstage interview with Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa said, "You have to dig with your brains and not your ovaries." And a second later, Megan Bang came in there and fucked her up and kicked her in the ovaries.
Done. I was done after that.
Yeah, like after that, I was like, all right, fuck this shit. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So then we had Mark Davis versus Mark Briscoe. And I'm watching this match and I'm like, I just put over how fucking good Mark Briscoe was in the New Japan Cup a couple years ago when he had to go solo because somebody got injured and he had to take over and just run through shit. And he was like, he was so good. And like his finisher was like a fucking, it was a straight up power driver. Like he catch you and just power drive you in like a tombstone way, but like go straight down. And it was like, close your eyes and count the fuck. Like that's literally the name of the move. Close your eyes and count the fuck.
Oh
Like that's the
shit.
name of the move. That's how cool it was. It was fucking awesome. And then to watch him wrestle the way that he did against Mark Briscoe, and he's like a shell of himself, it fucking made me sad. Like I know he came back from an injury, but it's like it just made me fucking sad. It's like a couple years ago, Mark Davis was a fucking monster. He was like when Kyle Fletcher got injured and Mark Davis went on this tear in the fucking cup, it was like, oh my God, he could be a solo star. It was like, this guy could be a solo star. Watching him here against Mark fucking Briscoe, and Mark Briscoe's not even like tearing him up like he should. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel so bad. It's like, what the fuck happened to Mark Davis? Like, what happened to Mark Davis? Like, I'm so sad right now. That fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, it's weird. And I know I'm pretty sure it's part of the storyline, but it's doesn't come
No,
across good.
no, I would say it is part of the storyline, but also he had to get the murder machines to help him win. One, and then he didn't even like. He doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look like himself. He doesn't move like himself. I understand like the storyline's going to be, oh, he's sad or whatever. Everything about him is not the same, and it's
Hmm.
like, what the fuck is going on? Like you look at Kyle, and Kyle transformed into a whole new human, and Mark Davis also transformed into a new human, but not a good human. And it's like I want the Mark Davis back that was a fucking killer and was like the fucking rock of the team of Aussie Open. I want him back. Whatever this guy is, I don't give a fuck if it's the fucking the storyline or whatever. I want the real Mark Davis back. I don't want whatever the fuck this is. This is annoying and it's pissing me off because Mark Davis is actually good, and this was like not actually good.
Kind of reverse like thing from each other because Kyle evolved while fucking Mark devolved. That's the way it seems.
That's exactly what it is, and it's like pissing me the fuck off. I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. So they go to commercial, they come back, and then the murder machines murder the guys from earlier, and then like they beat up Mark Briscoe, and Will Hobbs comes to help him out. So they have a tag team thing, and it was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So then they have an interview with Swerve, and Swerve's talking about how he busts his eardrum and how he's going to beat Moxley. Like, there's so many things I want to say about Swerve, but like, I'll keep that off the podcast. Matter of fact, I might say that in a later fucking podcast. I might say it in a later podcast, but I have like some things that I want to say about Swerve, but I'll wait for that. Like, I'll wait for that because like I right now isn't the time, but like later on there's some stuff that I want to say. It's like it needs to be said, but I'll just wait. I'll just wait. So
Right?
Swerve is talking, and you could literally see everybody in the back. Like they have a tight shot on Swerve, but everybody just like in the vicinity is trying to warn Swerve because he has his back turned. They're like, dude, somebody's behind you. Dude, it is like the whole crowd is like freaking the fuck out. He's still talking about Moxley, and Moxley just comes up and hits Swerve in the knee with a fucking tire iron.
They needed that camera tighter. Like visually, WWE did it better with the Roman Reigns and fucking Seth Rollins thing. Because like you could hear the fans, but the camera was right there, so you didn't see anybody going like, "Yo, he's right there, he's right there." You clearly see that with fucking what you call it. And I'm sure they were doing it in his face too, on the other side. So like, what the
Exactly.
fuck?
So that was fucked up. And then Moxie said, Copeland, I'm gonna kick your ass and I'm gonna make you bleed and Swerve. You're nothing to me. I was like, okay.
He does know there was more people that challenged him, right?
No, he doesn't. So we get a Thunder Rosa interview and she walks away from the trainer and says, I'm going out to wrestle later. I don't care what you said. And the trainer's like, you're still injured, but okay. That's at least that's exactly what she said. She said, but okay. So
They don't give a fuck.
they don't. Then we had a tag match that like was weird as fuck. You had Shane Taylor Promotions versus Top Flight Security and Hologram. Okay. And then they have this match, and the crew comes out and sits on the stage and talks shit. And it's like, okay, why is Top Flight having beef with Shane Taylor Promotions, and why are they teaming up with Hologram? Like none of this makes sense.
And why the crew back in the mix?
I don't fucking know. Then on top of this, we have Harley Graham in the back flirting with the Beast Mortals. And the craziest shit. So they cut back. You hear Tony and Excalibur go. I wonder what the Spanish announce team says. And what did you say when you translated what they said?
More or less, they asked because Dralistico was there, and you know Dralistico and Beast Mortis are part of the team. Les Ingobernables or whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they asked him what he thinks. He was like, "Dog, I don't know what the fuck to think. You know what I mean? That's on them. Like it's fucking crazy, more or less."
See, it was so weird. It was like they made them go there, and then they didn't say anything. It was like, okay, what was the point?
And like that's
So
all fine, but Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and I forget who else was in fucking commentary. Taz,
Nigel McGuinness,
Nigel
Nigel McGuinness,
McGuinness. Like
yeah,
none of them know Spanish like that. So what the fuck?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. So Top Flight and Hologram won. So they won, and then Top Flight is still beefing with the crew, which I want them to have their match in this because it's stupid.
They never had their match yet.
No,
Oh
like
shit.
they had a match for a number one contendership, and they wound up cheating. The crew wound up cheating, and it never went anywhere after that. It never
Okay.
went anywhere after that because like they cheated, and then remember they were still beefing with Private Party after
Oh
that.
yeah.
It never went anywhere after that. So now they're picking it back up, and it's one of those things where it's like AEW has a storyline. They're about to fucking finish it, and they go, "We're gonna prolong this for 6 more months, so you don't care." And this is at the point where I don't care.
Yeah, because now that you mentioned it, where the fuck is Private Party?
I'm gonna get to them after we cover Collision. I'm gonna get to where they are.
Oh, okay.
So then we had Megan Bain versus Thunder Rosa, who's got her ribs injured, and Megan Bain beats her ass and fucks her up. 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, they didn't need to do the injury angle if Megan Bain was just gonna just destroy her like this. You didn't need to do the angle. You could have just let her destroy her,
Basically.
and it would have been perfectly fine. And I would have been like, okay, cool, that makes sense. But it's like, no, we had to do the injury angle so make you feel sympathetic to Thunder Rosa. And it's like, if she got her ass beat by Megan Bayne, like Megan Bayne was beating her ass, I'd have felt sympathy for her, but like, damn, that's fucked up.
I
Like you
felt
didn't even have
sympathy for
to
her.
angle. Yeah, it's like the fuck. And then after the match, like Megan Bayne's beating her ass, and then Tony Storm comes out, and Tony Storm gets hit by Megan Bayne's F5. And literally Renegade just says to me, he goes, wasn't Megan Bayne beefing with Chris Statlander? And then Chris Statlander runs out to help. And like Megan Bayne walks off. And then they announce 5 seconds later, hey, on Dynamite, it's going to be Megan Bayne versus Chris Statlander.
Like they take such long routes to for shit.
It's just so fucking annoying. It's just like the shit that be happening be like, okay, it's right there, postpone. And it's like, this is what's pissing me off about this collision. It's like, there was nothing good here. And I was like, okay, the main event's gonna save this, right? The main event's gonna save it. FTR versus like the Undisputed Kingdom, right? Is gonna save this.
On paper, sounds so fucking beautiful.
Yes. So they had Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole on commentary, which was annoying the fuck out of me because they're both rooting for their sides. And it's like they're not even talking about the match. They're just rooting for, yeah, FTR is gonna beat their ass. Yo, FTR is like one of the best tag teams. And they have done so much this, and it's like, okay, I get it, they're your people, but like you're not really saying anything. And then like Adam Cole is like, he's trying to call a match, and then he like remembers he's supposed to say something like, yeah, Kyle and them are cool, but yo, this match is good. And it's like, what is going on? And that's not even the bad part. It was so much messed up in this match. Like it was so many botched spots in this match that she was like, what the fuck is going on? Like there was a spot where Roddy had Dax in the ring and Cash was supposed to run in and do this distraction. Like Roddy's literally telling Cash, he's like, come on, get in the ring. Cash runs in the ring. The referee is out of position. Cash bumps into the referee, bumps into Roddy, falls out the ring, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? Then they go back in the ring. Cash picks up Roddy for the heart attack. He turns him one way. Dash runs the opposite way. He tries to turn him that way. Dash runs the opposite way. They finally get it after this, and I'm like, this match has fallen off the fucking rails. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm so fucking lost at this point because it's like FTR has never ever fucked up this much. And they just literally fell the fuck apart in this match, and it pissed me off. And it's like, they are so consummate professionals that like this one fucking fuck up pissed me off so much because it's like I love them so much as a tag team, but this one fucking match was falling apart so pathetically that I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It was bad.
It was very bad. It was very fucking bad. And fucking FTR got the win. FTR wins. They hit the shatter machine. The match is over. So Kyle and Daniel Garcia, I mean, Adam and Daniel Garcia come in and they shake hands. And FTR doesn't shake hands. And the bad part is Cash walks off and he's supposed to get Daniel Garcia. Then he comes back and taps Daniel Garcia and goes, oh, you're supposed to go with us. And then they just walk off together. And Daniel is confused. It was like, I don't know what the fuck was going on with this match. And I really, really, really am fucked up about this match. It's like, what the fuck was happening here?
That part you said, dang, is confused. We're confused.
Yes, it was like, what the fuck is going on with this match, dude? I was so pissed off. So that was Collision. Now, like I said, Private Party, Private Party wrestled in House of Glory. They wrestled in House of Glory, and
Okay.
that's where they were.
Interesting.
So House of Glory had this big match. Now, I understand the internet and I understand how the internet works. So yesterday, about Friday afternoon, all of a fucking sudden, we just get this fucking tweet. And the tweet goes, House of Glory is going to have Mercedes Moné versus Indy Hartwell. And it's like, yes, because Indy is like a huge Mercedes fan. She's a huge, huge, huge Mercedes fan. Because like Mercedes and Bailey were the two people that got her into wrestling.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have this match. And they literally said they're going to have this match in the House of Glory. And they never specifically said the day of the show. They never said when the show. They just said it's happening. So I'm like, okay. And then find out it was this Saturday. And it's like, oh, well, what time? By the time I found out what time it was, the show was halfway over. And like, at least I got to see the Mercedes versus Indy Hartwell match. That was actually good. And Mercedes beat Indy. But I was so fucking pissed off that like this actually happened. I was like, what? Like, what is going on?
Still kind of
Like,
fucked up. They didn't tell anybody when exactly it was.
yeah, I was that's what pissed me off. It was like, why didn't you tell us exactly when it says? Like, I would have been down for it. I've been like, all right, I'm ready to see this match. Like, I'm ready. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready. And it's like, yeah, well, too bad you don't get to see this match. Like, all right, fuck it.
Fuck y'all
So,
then.
but I, like I said, I did get to see the match, so that was that.
Yeah.
So, also, we have TNA to talk about because TNA Sacrifice was yesterday. And the best part about getting to watch TNA yesterday was because of the Netflix deal, SmackDown aired early in the day. It aired early in the day. Because of that, when TNA came on, there was nothing else to focus on but TNA. It was like you just could watch the whole show without having to look back and forth, back and forth. You get to focus on the whole TNA show. And I was like, that's actually really fucking awesome.
Cool.
So the first match I didn't really care for because it was on a pre-show. It was AJ versus AJ Francis and Casey Navarro versus the Aztec Warriors, which was Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. So that was fine. But this is what happened after the match, which fucking threw me off, but it was a cool way to start the fucking show. Because this is at the pre-show. So all of a sudden, Mance Warner and Sammy Callahan just start fighting. So I'm like, what the like, okay. And it was like, this match is supposed to happen later, and this is an all-out brawl. This is a street fight. And they're just like hyping this up, going like, this match is supposed to happen later. And all of a sudden they go, no, this match is happening now. It's like, oh my God, we're doing this now. And they cut off the pre-show and they open up the main pay-per-view. And this is the first thing you see is these two guys brawling in the ring with chairs and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? Like they didn't even have like a full opening. They just went right to the match because it was already happening. I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of cool. So fucking Sammy Callahan was doing all of the crazy Sammy Callahan shit, like using the paper to do the paper cut, staple Mance Warner's tongue to the fucking thing. And Steph DeLander tried to get in this. Sammy Callahan like pushed her away. And then Mance Warner like hit him with a low blow, hit him with something, and then got the pin. And Mance Warner beat Sammy Callahan.
Too bad fucking Sammy's girl no longer works in that company because that could have been his backup.
I mean, she could come back. It's not over. She should come back.
Oh, okay.
And then we had something that I literally was like, okay, what the fuck? So Tessa Blanchard dressed up like a cholo. And I know some of you was like, oh, that's disrespectful. She did live in Mexico for years, and that's okay. But the thing that pissed me off more about it was She was in Texas and she was trying to get people in Texas to cheer her. She came out with like a Spanish rapper and she was trying to get people to cheer her, and everybody was booing the fuck out of her. And she took on Zia Lee, and they booed the shit out of her. And she won, but they were booing the shit out of her, and she was trying to play up the Mexican feel. I was like, dude, like she even had the Mexican colors on. She had her hair like dressed up like a cholo, and I was like, dude, like you're trying too hard, and like nobody really cares.
Yeah, she's not gonna get over with anybody. Anybody.
Nope. So then we had the Rascals and Ace Austin versus Wesley and Ty. This match was good, and the ending was the best part of it for me. Cause like everything like they did was fucking awesome. Ty was awesome. Wesley was fucking killing it in that match. And the ending came when Trey Miguel hit his finisher on Wesley. And Trey Miguel, this is what's fucking cool about it. Trey Miguel hits the finisher, and Trey Miguel just like breaks down crying. And he just yells at Wesley, was like, "You're my brother." And Wes is on the floor. And fucking goes up, Zachary Wentz goes up on the top, and he looks down at Wesley. He was like, "This is your fault." He's like, "I love you." He's like, "This is your fault." And Zach hits Wesley's spinal tap, because Wesley used to do the spinal tap, and
Yeah.
he did it to him, and he pins him. And while he's pinning him, he's looking at him. He was like, "I love you. Why did you make me do this? Why did you make me do this? Why did you break our heart?" And he pinned him 1, 2, 3, and fucking Trey Miguel just bust out crying. He's like, "This shouldn't have been this way." I was like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking emotional." And then like Wesley grabs for them, and Zach grabs his hand, and he just goes, "I'm sorry." It just pushes it down, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is kind of fucking emotional." Like it worked. It was so good.
I'm still with his team though.
Mm-hmm.
It's their fault, not his.
It was, but that shit was so good. So then we had Steve Macklin versus Frankie Kazarian, and this shit fucking it weirded me out because like Eric Young is on commentary, and Frankie Kazarian comes out with the fucking trophy that he can cash in for the world title. And he goes over and he talks Eric Young, and then he tells him, "Watch this." And Eric Young was like, "If I take this, can I be champion?" And I was like, "Yeah, is that a thing? Can he take that and be champion?"
Uh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and like he thought about it, and he talked about it on commentary. Frankie lost to Steve Macklin, and then like he ran outside and grabbed the trophy. And Eric Young didn't give a fuck about it, and him and Steve Macklin had words, and then he walked off with Steve, and it was like it just had me thinking. I was like, wait a minute, like can he have the thing? But like we'll find out, I guess, because like that was a random tease that like came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm just about to say the fact that they pointed it out because they wouldn't put it out for no reason. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen. Like Frankie is not catching that in. Someone else is.
Yeah. So then we had Ash and Heather Elegance versus Danny Luna and Jody Threat, Spitfire.
Yep.
This was a 2 out of 3 falls. And Ash and them, they took the win because they cheated. So they won. And I'm like, oh my God, they're the tag champs. What the fuck? And then all of a sudden, the Meta Girls show up. And the Meta Girls challenge Ash and the other one to a tag title match.
I want to fucking belt to change hands to another company.
I mean, it's there's an opportunity coming up soon. There's an opportunity coming up soon, and I'm like, okay, I hope that that happens. So then we had my motherfucking match of the goddamn night. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. So the match started. Like the match started, and I'm like, okay. So it was Mustafa Ali. He comes out, and Santana comes out, and Eddie Guerrero's lowrider. So I'm like, okay. So Santana got the crowd behind him. Fucking Mustafa Ali is the bad guy. So the match starts. It's just like, okay, little here, little there. Okay. Then they start turning that shit up. I was like, okay, okay. And then the fucking craziest shit happened. So Mustafa Ali throws Santana outside. He's outside. And like they have like this big gap in between the fans and the ring. So he's outside. And Mustafa Ali takes a running start. And you know how he does like a fucking torpedo dive.
Yeah.
He goes for the torpedo dive. I swear to God, I've never seen this ever in my whole entire life. Fucking Santana jumped up while he was coming out, caught him in a cutter, and landed. I was like, ain't no way, dude. I start screaming because it was like the most perfect catch of a cutter that I've ever seen in my life. It was like, there's no way. Because Santana jumped up at the same time he was coming out and caught him with the cutter. And I was like, it ain't no fucking way that happened. It was so fucking perfect. And the crowd fucking lit up. And it was like after that match, they just start going 1,000 miles an hour. And it was like, okay. So then in the ring, you know how Mustafa Ali goes for the rolling fucking, he goes for like a rolling like neck breaker.
Uh-huh.
So he's getting ready to go for the rolling neck breaker, but Santana is doing a backwards roll because he has like a stunner too. So they both roll at the same time, bounce up, and Santana connects with a stunner. And I was like, dude, that was so perfectly done. It was like you could choreograph that a million times and it would never hit the same. And it was like, holy fucking shit, this fucking match was going crazy. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, this match is good. And it just kept going and going. And Santana hits spin the block, the clothesline. So Tasha Steele puts Mustafa Ali's leg on a rope. So the ref was like, oh, rope break. So then she distracts Santana. Mustafa Ali cheats, gets the win. And I was like, even with the little fucking distraction at the end, it was okay. But like, holy shit, this match fucking stole the show. Like the match stole the show. It was that fucking good.
So is he number one contender now or something?
Wait, wait,
Like,
wait. Wait, that's the funny part. Like
okay,
something happens later on that makes him number one contender.
okay. Yeah, because I'm asking because like when he first came in, that's what he wanted. So I didn't watch much show myself, so I don't. I'm oblivious to everything that happened. So everything you're
Wait,
saying
wait,
is new
wait,
to
wait.
me.
No, no, no. I'll tell you later because it was a backstage thing that happened and it was like, oh, what the fuck?
Okay,
We'll get to that.
all right.
So then we had the match that pissed me off. It's not because of the match was bad. It was because something that happened in the match, and I'm pissed off about it. So it's Masha Stamovich versus Cora Jade. So they're having this match, and Masha hits Cora with a move, and Cora goes down. So they zoom in on Cora getting up, and on the mat you just see this patch of fresh blood. And I'm like, damn. I was like, they gotta stop the match because like Cora's hurt, right? They have to stop the match. And Cora gets up and she's moving. Ref's not stopping the match. I'm like, no, like that's a patch of blood. Like somebody has to stop because she's bleeding. So apparently Cora wasn't bleeding. It just was a random patch of blood that was in a ring. And I'm like, okay, all right, All right, let's like calm down. So they're still going. The match is good, and all of a sudden they get on the outside, and Cora slams Masha Slamovich, and like they're going down, and then like I look on the ground, and there's another patch of blood, but the patch of blood isn't even where they were at. It was like a foot like further from where they were at, and I'm like, nobody bled in the match in 2 or 3 matches before this. Why the fuck is it blood on the floor, and where the fuck is it coming from,
Where the fuck
dude?
was it coming from?
I don't know. Like both of them were perfectly fine. Like neither one of them were bleeding. It just was these random matches of blood that kept popping up, and they were not like they didn't have anything to do with it. It
Hmm.
pissed me off. That's what pissed me off about the match. Cora got beat by Masha Slamovich, but it's like that pissed me off because it's like I'm concerned. Like I'm concerned at first because I'm thinking it's Cora. Then I see the other blood. I'm like, I'm thinking it's Masha. Neither one of them are hurt. It's just a fucking match, and I'm like, oh my god, I got concerned for nothing. I feel bad. It it pissed me off.
I see.
So then we had Moose versus Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. And this shit was so funny because like they're having this ladder match, and Jeff gets his ladder, and I swear to God, Aiden English goes, "Oh, Jeff had that match that had that ladder in the last match that he had. He must have left it under the ring." I'm like, "Bitch, they moved the rings. What do you mean he left it under the ring?"
Like, what the fuck?
Like this shit was so funny. He was like, "Yeah, he just left it under the ring." It's like they moved the rings. What are you talking about? They wasn't in Texas last time. I was like, "What the fuck?" So Jeff sets up the ladder in the ring, and he's going up, and Alicia Edwards stops him, and Jeff goes down. Jeff gives her a twist of fate. He gives her a twist of fate. Bam! I was like, okay. Moose hits the spear, and then he goes up and grabs the titles. I'm like, God damn it.
Like, what the
So
fuck?
then, then we go to the back. Santino Morella's there, and Santana walks up, and Santana goes, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" He's like, "You see how he cheated to win?" He was like, "I should be number one contender, but he cheated to win." And he's like, "You know what? On Thursday, I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna be number one contender. I'll give." I was like, "What? Like, how did that work?" Like, he just lost, but he told him he's gonna make sure he's number one contender on Thursday. I'm like, how? Like he was supposed to be number one contender before, but now you're saying he's going to be number one contender now after he's lost to Mustafa Ali? Like the fuck?
Yeah, I don't see how that's gonna work.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually. That's why I want to tune in and see what happens. Because like when he said that, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to see what this is. I want to see what the fuck is going on. So that's the hook for me. That's like, yeah, I kind of want to see. So then we get to the main event, which I didn't know it was like this because it was the steel cage match, the 10-man steel cage, and it has Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Elijah, Leon Slater, and Nick Nemeth on one side against the System and the Clones.
You know,
And
I didn't even know it was still a cage match.
yeah, it's a steel cage match. But here's the thing about it: it was like a War Games cage match. They didn't
Okay.
say that until the match started because it was Eddie Edwards in there first, and then it was fucking Elijah. Elijah came in and he's wrestling Eddie Edwards, and I'm like, this is a 10-man, right? And then they was like, yeah, people come in 1 minute intervals, and I was like, so this is just war games, and like everybody came in, and then they locked the door, and then the match started. I was like, this is just war games. You just could have called it a kind of a war games.
Technically, they can't call it.
Like they work with WWE, they could have called it. They could have called it anything. They could have called
Yeah,
it Lethal Lockdown.
I think. Yeah, they had that. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck was the point? So Joe Hendry gets a win, and like they're celebrating. Then fucking everybody starts leaving. And Nick Nemeth and Matt Hardy are in the ring and they're celebrating. And I swear to God, this was like one of the fucking dumbest things ever. They're in the ring celebrating. Sucking Ryan Nemeth comes in. He's trying to lock the cage. He's taking 5 minutes trying to lock the cage. And the ref is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm fine." The ref's like, "What are you doing?" The ref's on the outside, literally saying, "What are you doing?" "Nothing. I'm fine." And like they keep cutting back and forth to Ryan trying to lock this cage, but no one is saying, "What is Ryan Nemeth doing?" He's struggling to get this cage locked. And the ref is literally going, "What are you doing?" To the point where the ref had to hold the cage so he could lock the door. And I'm like, that was so fucking horrible. They literally showed most of it. I'm like, this is so fucking horrible. And at that moment, I knew exactly what was going on. Like Matt was in there by himself, and they just attacked Matt. Ryan and Nick beat the shit out of Matt. And fucking Elijah and Joe Hendry and Leon Slater was like, "Oh, we gotta go back and save him." And they're trying to go back and save him. And they're just like super kicking the cage and they're falling off. And Jeff doesn't come down. The whole time, Jeff doesn't come down. And it's like, okay. And they just beat the shit out of him. And that's how the show goes off the air.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
I had to defend Jeff. The
Okay.
reason Jeff didn't come down, right, is
Hmm.
because they didn't play his music and he couldn't dance to the ring.
That's it. That's it. It was a very strange ending.
Yeah.
So that was TNA. So now we go to SmackDown in Barcelona, Spain. This was an okay show.
Hmm.
Like there was stuff that happens here that was like okay. I didn't see that coming, but okay. So it starts off with LA Knight. LA Knight's coming out and he's getting the crowd hyped, talking shit. And then Jimmy Uso comes out. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna have Jimmy versus LA. And no, because the bloodline comes out and starts talking shit. And this is why this is great that this happened. Because on the live show, Solo fucked up. Solo fucked up. Like I'm serious. Solo was trying to say something and Solo stuttered over his words. And Jimmy started laughing at him. But because the show aired later in America, they edited it out.
Oh, so it was Solo that fucked up? 'Cause I heard Jimmy fucked up.
No, it was Solo because Solo fucked up over his words and Jimmy laughed at him. That was the
Oh,
funny.
because
So,
someone said United States Tag Team titles.
dude, it was Solo because
Okay.
Solo fucked up because Solo was trying to say it's gonna be you and me, and then he like fucked up and he stuttered over his words and he said it again, and Jimmy laughed at him, and then he said U.S. Tag Team titles.
Thank God he's
He
not
fucked like
fucking world
he
champion.
yeah he fucked up, and I'm glad they edited it out. Braun Strowman Bread came out, and they wound up turning it into a 6 man,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that was like, and it wound up with Jacob Fatu beefing with Braun Strowman Bread, so it feels like they're going to do a last man standing next week or something. Because like they said they're going to do something next week, but I'm like, this will be their second or third match. They need to have a stipulation, and last man standing should be it.
Yes, yes, because last man standing match that he had was actually good against Bronson Reed, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Like so, yeah, I think they should do it, and it would be fun, and we can end the series like that.
Yep.
So then they do this Bianca recap and what happened with her and Jade. So then they have Kathy Kelly interviewing Jade, and this fucked me up because like she's interviewing Jade, and she talks to Jade, and she's like, "Yeah, so how do you know it's Naomi?" Jade goes, "I remember when I would like after it happened, just looking up and seeing Naomi walk away, and it's like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Like you." Like you said, you saw her walking away. You didn't see her do it. And Kathy actually said, so do you think she did it? And before she can finish, Liv just start yelling shit. But because she said that, I was like, it's 1000% Bianca. It's 1000% Bianca.
Yep, I noticed that too.
Wait, and here's another way that I'm like, it's 1,000,000% Bianca because Bianca got on fucking Twitter and goes, see, y'all owe me an apology. I told you it wasn't me. The last person that said, y'all owe me an apology, I told you it wasn't me, was Naomi, and Naomi was the bad guy. She's
Yep.
1000% the bad guy.
You know what I think
Is
it was, right? Bianca did it. Naomi
mm-hmm,
caught her, but like since she's so cool with Bianca, she didn't fucking say nothing. But like she probably looked over like over the fucking thing where the car was and whatever, and that's how
mm-hmm,
Jade saw her last,
yep. So they set up for Liv versus Jade next week. And I saw a lot of people going, why are they having this match? I'm like, it's Liv Morgan. It's Liv fucking Morgan. Liv is good. Liv is on fucking fire right now. So for Jade's first match to be back after injury to be Liv Morgan is perfect.
Yeah, fuck it.
Liv can carry her through that.
I don't see the problem.
Me neither. So then we had BFAB, and BFAB spit some Spanish.
Not good Spanish, but Spanish.
She tried. She tried. And so you can see what Charlotte is because Charlotte had this match and Charlotte gave her a lot. Like Charlotte was really giving her a lot, making her look good. Where people was like, "Damn, I didn't know B Fab was as good," and it's all because of Charlotte.
hmm
So
Well,
after the
Ashley.
match, yeah. So
Ashley's a good person.
after the match, Charlotte wins, and then Tiffy comes out, and they have a brawl, and they brawl, and they brawl, and they brawl. They brawl so much that they go into the next segment, which is Miz TV, and they're still brawling. And Miz is like trying to cut a promo, and then they're just still brawling. So, how do you feel about this?
I wasn't like for this match at all. This got me into the match.
I'm still the same about this match, but there is something else that happened that had me into another match because they cut this Drew McEntry promo, and
Same.
Drew's backstage, and Drew's literally saying about him and Damien, and he's like, "Yo, at WrestleMania you fucked me, at Clash of the Castle you fucked me, at Money in the Bank you fucked me." He was like, "And at fucking Royal Rumble you fucked me," and he said it was only right I fucked you back at Elimination Chamber. I was like, that was my get back. He was like, now I'm gonna make your life a living hell. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you because you keep fucking taking from me, and I'm gonna show you what the fuck this is. He's like, when I catch you, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I was like, at first, like when he said this, I was like, damn, Drew's right, but I don't see getting into this match. Like I don't see myself getting into this match. And boy, was I wrong. Because later on, something happens. I'm like, God damn, I'm wrong.
Same.
So we have the Miz TV segment, and Miz calls out Cody. Cody just beats the shit out of Miz and literally grabs the mic and was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to talk to John Cena. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I just want to talk to John Cena. I'm not talking to nobody. And then he just fucking left. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, damn, pal. Tell us how you really feel.
Right? So then we had Nakamura in the back. And Nakamura was like, I want my US title back. And Priest was coming up, and Nakamura said some shit to Priest, and Priest was like, why don't we have a match? And fucking Nick Aldis goes, yeah, all right, fuck it. We'll give you a match later on. He was like, okay. So,
Yeah, I didn't care. Until the match, I didn't care.
yes. Then we get a fucking promo for Phoenix. That was Phoenix.
It was a cool
Phoenix,
promo.
like he was walking on the ropes. He did the thing where he was sitting on the ropes, and he just left it at the image. I was like, okay, so they're hyping up Phoenix. I'm actually surprised that they put it on SmackDown.
Hey, how about that? Like I just
Yeah.
realized that because Penta's on Raw.
Yep. So I'm surprised they put it on SmackDown, but I don't think he's gonna stay on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just think this was just to get hype for him. So Nakamura and Priest had this match. So Drew shows up and Priest is pissed off, and Priest catches Nakamura in the South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3, pins him. And as soon as that's over, fucking Drew just goes in there and just starts beating his ass. Drew beats the shit out of him. And then after he beats his ass so much, like Nakamura is still around, and Nakamura just hits the Kinshasa on the back of fucking Priest. Drew just beats the shit out of him more. Drew beats the shit out of him more. Drew just beats the shit out of him more. Drew just keeps fucking him up. Drew fucked him up. They took Drew out. Drew came back, fucked him up again, fucking smashed his head on the concrete. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I want to see this match now.
Yeah,
I was so
same.
happy. So then we had DIY and they're talking to Kathy Kelly. And Motor City Machine Guns came up and starts talking shit to them and was like, you better hold on to the tag titles because we're going to take it from them. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, well, like, we'll see.
Yep.
So, like, and part of me was mad, but then a part of me was like, I kind of get it because, like, we're still going with this fucking 5-way. And, like, we find out more later on. So, then we see Chelsea Green in her Secret Service, and Zelina Vega walks up and she says, I should be number one contender for the US title. And Piper stands in front of her and goes, you can't get through her. You have to go through us. And Zelina goes, fine. I'm going to go through you next week and I'm going to get to the title. And I was like, that was really stupid of Piper to say that because that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yep.
Like, that was so fucked up.
And she's gonna beat her somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
She's definitely beating her. She's going to beat her, and then she's also going to beat Alba Fire, and
Uh-huh.
then she's going to get a shot.
Yep.
So we had Randy versus Mello, and I swear Randy was like, I'm going to give this kid like enough so he feels like a superstar. And Randy actually gave him enough and made him look like a star to the point where I was like, you know what? He could actually win. But Randy got the win. But it was like, damn, like, okay, I see what they could do with Mello, but I swear Randy was just like, no, no, no. I want Mello to feel special.
Let's go down, Randy.
So after the match, Kevin comes out and Randy is just on site with him. And they just go at it. They just go at it. So yeah. That match is like I'm wondering if they're gonna have that match be a Street Fighter WrestleMania or just like a regular match.
It needs to be have some type of stipulation, like straight up. Like that's basically a blood feud.
Yes. So then they run this promo with all this smoke and it's a floor. And everybody was like, who is it? Who is it? And I just was like, no one could ever truly be good. No one could ever truly be evil. I was like, yeah.
I
I was
hope when he comes back, they fucking give him that theme back. 'Cause, like what he had after that sucked.
yeah, they have to give him that. They have to give him that one. Like they have to.
Yep.
So then Gunther comes out and he cuts his promo and he wants to defend his world title and he starts talking about a kid. And I just was like, oh fuck. because like we literally just talked about that on the podcast. We literally talked about it on the podcast. I was like, God
Yep.
damn it, I'm in the world.
I blame
So
you.
yeah, it's all my fault. So he challenges Axiom, and it's Axiom, which is a kid, and
Wait, it is?
yes, apparently he is. And they had a fucking banger, and the bad part was like I forgot that they had a banger before on WWE television. I was like,
Hmm.
damn, like because as it was going down, someone mentioned the A Kid match, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, they did have a match.
It was for the UK title, NXT UK
Yep.
title.
I was like, damn. Like now I remember. I was like, shit. I was like, I forgot at that moment, but like as it was going on, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
So then they do a Raw recap, and Paul Heyman comes out and talks about it's Roman Reigns Day because he's on the cover 2K25, and he talks shit about Seth, and then he talks shit about Punk. So it was like, okay, so he's a face by the way, but like I am actually starting to feel a way about this because the stuff that he said is like he was being a dick towards them. But in my mind, I'm like, this is a swerve. This is a swerve. Like he's being too protagonist against them. This is a swerve, and he's gonna wind up going with fucking Punk.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like this is a swerve.
100% a swerve.
Yeah. So then we had the Street Profits getting ready to go to a ring, and they're stopped by the Lost Garzas. And Santos like, "Yo, if y'all win the tag titles, we got next." And it was like, "Shut the fuck up, we don't care."
That's pretty much what they said.
Yep. So then we get Jimmy Uso, and he's sitting in the back, and Gunther walks up to him and was like, "Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I got no beef with you, but your brother, like, please talk him out of this because I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna murder him. Please, like, if you love him, you seen what I did out there to A Kid. Like, just tell him. You know what I mean, don't come to Mania." And Jimmy basically says, "Yo, he's gonna be the champion, and he's gonna beat you." Yeet. So Gunther was like, "Okay, okay,
He's gonna get Jimmy next week.
I hope so." So then we had the main event for the World Tag Titles: the Street Profits versus DIY, with Pretty Deadly looking on the whole entire time. So
Yep.
all five teams have been represented this whole night.
Hmm.
So this match was good, and like when it got to the end, like the last 5 minutes, I immediately knew what was going on. I was like, it's a title change. The title's gonna change. Like I felt it coming because I was like, they're gonna change the titles. I don't know what the finish is, but they're changing the titles. And I was right. I was right.
Fucking
But
crazy.
yes, the Street Profits won, and they're now the new tag champ.
Fucking awesome. Happy for them.
Yeah, I am too. Like, and especially with their heel persona, I was like, oh shit. Like this was actually really fucking cool.
I like him way more as heels.
Oh, I do too. I like them. Like they have this good feeling of like being the guys. Plus, they didn't lose like their cool factor.
Yeah.
Like they're the guys, but it's like we're bad guys, but we have cool factor, and it's not like we're trying to be like, hey guys, look, we're bad guys. It's like no, we're just us. Look at what we're doing. It's like oh shit, like y'all actually doing some cool shit.
Hmm. And they're
So
great promos, great in the ring. So
mhm,
great for them.
yeah, and that's about all we have for the show. And next week we'll be back with
Another
more.
show.
Any last words?
We'll be back for another show.